Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. So in today's video we're going to learn how to make this princess darted blouse with this curved neckline. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning, keep on watching and let us get straight into the video. So we're going to start off by rolling out all our lines. We're starting off with this line here. So we're going to mark our shoulder to bust point line, which is 11 inches. Our shoulder to under bust is 14 inches, and then our shoulder to waist is 18 inches, but I just made mine 18.5 inches, and this is the full length of the blouse, which is 24 inches. I'm going to go ahead to mark out these lines and then rule them out so you can see them clearly. Now after rolling out the line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on this point here, and then we're going to come down by 1 inch for our shoulder slope, and then from that 1 inch we're coming down from, we're going to mark our armhole depth. So I'm going to mark that out and then rule out the lines to meet each other. Now I'm just going to go ahead to rule out a basic neckline. I'm going to use 3 by 3 and I'm going to curve them out to meet each other. Now I'm just extending this line here. This is going to be our chest line, so I'm just ruling this out. I'm going ahead now to label them so you see clearly which line sits where and we're not confused while drafting this pattern. Next, I'm going to add my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 along this part here. I'm going to mark this from the bottom part as well and then rule a straight line so they meet each other. Next, on the underbust line, we want to go ahead to take out our dart. I'm going to take out 1 inch on both sides of the dart leg. This is going to differ depending on the size of the person. The person I'm working on is on the bigger side, but the bust area is not as big. So I'm just taking out 1 inch on both sides. Now I'm going to rule the lines to meet each other. Next, on our chest line, we want to go ahead to mark our bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm marking that to serve as a guide for me to carve out my armhole. So I'm going to go ahead now to carve out the armhole area as you see me doing right here. After doing so, I'm going to place my tape along the armhole area, and then I just want to take note of what we have there, and then I'm going to divide it into 2. And then when I divide it into 2, I'm going to use that point as our midpoint for us to start drafting out our princess neckline. So from that midpoint we marked out, we want to connect it to our bust point line where I'm connecting it to right now. Now we've gone ahead to connect that. Next, what we want to do is we want to take out our darts on both sides of that leg we just ruled out. So I took out 1/2 inch on both sides. We're going to connect that back to our bust point line. Now whatever you remove at that point, you want to go ahead and put it back. So I'm returning that 1 inch we took out at this point here, and I'm going to retrace this back into our pattern. Next, I'm going to add my body measurement divided by 4, starting off with bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'm going to add my waist measurement divided by 4. You want to return your dart like I mentioned earlier. So after marking your waist measurement divided by 4 at this point here, you want to go ahead to take note of whatever dart intake you collected at this point here, and you want to go ahead to return it back here so your measurement is correct and complete. Next, we're going to do the same thing for the hip line. We're going to mark our hip measurement divided by 4 and then return the dart we took out at that point. After adding all our body measurements, we want to go ahead to connect the lines to meet each other. Now we want to go ahead to create that curved shape. So from my chest line, I'm going to decide how deep, or rather how high, I want the curved neckline to be. So I'm using 6 inches. You can do 5 inches depending on what you're trying to achieve. For me, I worked with 6 inches. So I'm going to mark that 6 inches at this point here. And then I'm going to connect this back into my measurement from this point like this. So you just want to trace this out with broken lines. If you're not sure of how to connect it, you just want to do this with broken lines, and then when you get it right, you trace it out with your marker so you see this clearly. So that is it. I'm going to go ahead now to label this, after which I'm going to finish up the bottom part of the top. Now I'm using this as a bodice for a dress I will be making, so I'm going to just curve this out by 1 inch. Depending on what you're trying to achieve, you can go more or less. So for me, I'm just going to come up by 1 inch at that point. Next, I'm going to go ahead now to cut out the pattern pieces for the front. We're going to move on to draft our back piece as well. Now for the back piece, I have my lines ruled out. We're going to start off with the shoulder area. I'm just going to map this out the same way we did for the front. So I'm coming down by 1 inch, and then we're going to mark out our armhole depth. For our shoulder to waist for the back, you want to take note that your shoulder to waist for the front is different from your shoulder to waist for the back. So take note of that while drafting as well. So after ruling out the lines, we want to go ahead to start imputing our body measurements. But one thing I want to add is that the line here is just to serve as a guide to draw out the back piece. We're not really going to use the upper part. We're only going to work with the lower part of this pattern paper. So that being said, I'm going to start adding my body measurements divided by 4. So I'm doing this the same way we did for the front. So I'm just adding my waist measurement divided by 4, my bust and hip measurement divided by 4. So one thing I also did not mention is if you're going to be cinching your waist, you want to make sure you're removing that from your waist measurement. So if you want to cinch your waist by 1 inch, you want to go ahead to take out ½ inch at this point. So you're removing 1 inch from the front and then 1 inch from the back. So it just depends on what you are trying to achieve. Now I'm marking my nipple to nipple measurement again for the back. This is going to serve as a guide to remove our back dart. So I'm going to rule the lines here. And then I'm going to take out ½ inch on both sides of the dart leg. So I'm removing ½ inch on both sides, and then at the bottom part I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches. So now I'm going to make the connections to create our darts. Now I'm going to replace that 1 inch that I took out. I'm going to replace it back here before I go ahead to connect my measurements to meet each other. After making the connections, I'm coming up here the same way we did for the front by 1 inch, and then we're going to connect this back to our bodies. Next, we want to go ahead now to rule out the top part. So from the armhole depth, I'm just going to curve this from this point all the way. If you want yours to be a bit deeper at the back, you want to go ahead to curve this downwards. And then now I'm going to mark 1/2 inch at this point, and then I'm going to take that 1/2 inch all the way down. That is going to serve as the opening for the back, for our closure, because we're going to have loops at the back. Now I'm going to connect that all the way down. You don't have to use this measurement I used, but I just feel more comfortable when the back part is covered slightly. I don't like it to be too wide, and that is why I took out 1/2 inch. I mostly take out either 1 inch or 1/2 inch. So now we're done with our back piece. I'm going to go ahead now to cut out all the back pieces. So guys, after cutting all the pattern pieces, this is what we have. You want to go ahead to label them and label them correctly so you don't get confused while cutting or sewing. Now we're going to move on to cut this out on our fabric. So I have my fabric on fold, and I've pinned down the front leaving 1/2 inch sewing allowance all around the sides as well as the top part and the bottom part. So I'm also repeating the same process for the back piece as well, leaving 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. I'm also going to use the fabric we just cut out to cut out all our lining pieces as well. With that being said, we've come to the end of this tutorial. You also want to stay tuned for the sewing part where I show you how to sew the blouse. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful in any way, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed already. And if you're not following us on our social media platforms, you want to go ahead to follow us. I'll have the link down in the description box below. Until the next one, bye guys.